In our personal lives, we need to rewrite the greedy capitalist programming that suggests effective time management should always lead to more productivity. That's just wrong, 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 wrong. Excellent time management needs to offer you more free time and relaxation on a weekly, if not daily basis. Efficient time management relies on concentrated hours of work without distraction. Throughout my career, I found that workplace distractions slowed me down more than anything else. So when you can control distractions, you can get more done in a shorter period of time. When you have the power to control the distractions, you will experience more joy, and what you're doing fits the adage, work hard, play hard practice. Sadly, we confuse how much work needs to be done before we get to play, whether we work for ourselves or for someone else. Even people who own their own business get trapped in overworking without balancing it out with essential downtime and relaxation. Let's say you are paid to work an 8-hour day. Consider bundling as much of the detailed work as you can into a 4-hour block without distractions and only restroom breaks. Drink lots of water in those 4 hours and just work with as little interaction with others as possible. Always take your lunch break and eat whole foods. You don't need to be a martyr for anyone and work through lunch and make your body, mind, and soul suffer. Don't do that. After lunch, develop a way to use your remaining hours on preparing for the next day of work, like meetings, responding to emails, and again, control interactions with coworkers. Do most of your work within the required time and don't work at home. Now, if you work for yourself, try not to dedicate more than 12 consecutive hours per day toward the business. Always set aside at least 3 hours per day for recreation, food prep, 15-minute chores, and connecting with others. Check out my video on 15-minute zones to help you organize yourself to not overwork at home either with chores. Again, back to this martyrdom. Do not risk your life by not getting enough sleep. Always set aside 7 hours for sleep without distractions. That leaves you with 6 hours in a 24-hour cycle to create, plan, dream, participate, or do as little as possible. Now, if you work for yourself, that leaves you 2 hours of free time per day if you are putting in a 12-hour day. How might you use this time to restore yourself and plan for your future self? Another approach to creating a time management plan that provides more free time is to designate specific longer days of work, but also work fewer days. Often, this schedule ends up leading to more burnout for a lot of people who work up to 12-hour shifts, 4 days a week. This is a human-made construct, and it's very toxic. Working in this manner goes against the rhythms of the natural world and personal biorhythms. This way of working is out of sync and creates physical and mental health problems that can become dangerous to others. Think of overworked pilots, doctors, teachers, and firefighters, to name a few. I'm really not sure why exhaustive demands are made when clearly there are other options to sustain the health of individuals who are expected to function against nature. It really calls into question, how much do we need to work? How much do we need to enjoy a basic, sustainable life? Each of us needs to navigate the work models and decide for ourselves how much work we need to receive payment for to create the life we want. What might you do differently to make sure that you are both productive enough and have enough energy to live your life according to your own unique self?